Canadian rider Jay Miron trying to capture some gravity gold here tonight. We continue with local boy out of East Providence, Rhode Island, Kevin Robinson. I think there's some fans out in the audience as well, Kenan.
There certainly are fans. In addition to his entire family, we have the Kevinettes. We saw them last year. They come every year to root him on. They dress up real nice and cheer for him. It's actually his cousin and her friend. He has been stepping up his game recently. He's been consistently getting to the top 5 in competition. He's really becoming quite a contender.
Unlike some of the other riders, you will see Kevin, even with the 540, stay in one direction. He does not go switch like Beswick and Mira.
Oh, man! That has got to be the scariest thing that can happen to you on vert. When your front wheel hangs up like that, you run the risk of spilling over onto the flat bottom. No good.
And let me remind you, each rider has 2 minutes. Should something go wrong mechanically with the bike. So he has 2 minutes to figure out the situation there.
It's not a good night to be a seat right now, apparently. This is not good for you either because it really gets your nerves going. You just want to get out there and focus on riding, and now you have a bike problem, you're nervous, you feel like everyone's watching you, and it really does kind of demotivate you.
Probably doesn't hurt that Kevin's in his hometown right now to re-motivate him. Here he goes.
It's good that he's trying to get back into a full ride here, but I'd have to say that this run's not gonna, it's very touchy right now. I'm not sure this run's gonna be enough for him. Whoa! Hold on though, there's some great tricks being done. That was a switch-handed 540.
For 15 seconds.
Anytime they try and get the crowd on, it means that they're going for something big.
Predicted!
Whoa, Kevin! Oh my goodness! Stage right! Holy smokes, folks!
No-handed flair.
Trying to beat are actually giving him props, slapping his hands, really giving him the respect that he deserves for pulling off a new trick. This is a historic moment, the first time a no-handed flair has ever been done. His wife Chrissy clapping, his family there to greet him. It's just, I mean, everything is coming together. It doesn't matter that he had maybe not a great run. It all was summed up by that move.
No-handed flair, unbelievable.
Here it is. Keep your eyes on his hands. He goes up to do the 180 flair, takes his hands off, gets them on. His foot slips off a bit, but we're giving it to him. Here's what I like too, a little power slide. See you later, alligator. Well, that's a cliche, but you know what? I like gators. Here it is from another angle. You can see him looking and spotting his landing. He gets his hands off, gets them back on the handlebars, and this is what I'm really excited about. He runs into one of our crew members. This is Marin. Watch him. Bam! A little retribution because he gives me a lot of lip.
One of your henchmen. Kevin Robinson, his second score, a 91.4. That is going to be a 2-run average of 89.3. No chance for medal, but a definite push in the sports progression.
He saw it, and a good portion of America did as well.
That's right. Teammate Matt Hoffman, no stranger to progression.
Pat, let me tell you about progression. That was the first time that this trick has ever been done in competition. Jay Miron tried it a few years back.
Well, if progression is the word of the night, who knows?
Expecting too much right here. Some of these guys only get one shot at trying to qualify for the games, only able to make it over a few events. Next up, Kevin Robinson. This guy's been working on a pretty tough trick, the no-handed flare. He has yet to pull it in a contest.
Back here in San Francisco last year, going for it.
Hit the eject button on that one.
Yeah, it's a tough one to land. And that's another variation of flare, switch-handed flare. Not able to stick that one.
See, definitely look for Kevin to try to throw that one out here.
Finishing up. Yeah, with a nice big regular flare over the channel.
It's the year of the corkscrew.
That's right. Kevin pretty much originated that style of flare.
Oh, man, there's that one wall. Ugh.
Nice 540, though. Guys are hanging up. Kevin still going pretty high despite the wind. You can see the flags in the background still blowing like crazy.
Almost looks like the wind changed directions at this point. You're hanging up on the other wall that you bottom out on normally.
Nice no-hander. Oh, yeah. Weird alley-oop. Catching his back wheel on the coping and just flipping him out. That was a strange crash.
A little bit frustrating there. Still got plenty of time left on the clock.
Looks like he's okay. Looks like his bike's fine. Little time left. We'll see what he's going to roll in and do. Hey, I want to watch. Is anybody going to watch?
Somebody tell me what time it is.
Few seconds left. The guys are allowed to finish their last trick as long as they're going across the flat bottom when the buzzer goes off, kind of like the last shot rule in basketball. Let it rip, Kevin.
Let's see if he tries to throw out the no-handed flare right here, and there it is. Oh, and he pulls it.
First time in competition, look out.
Yeah, Kevin.
That was perfect, too. Wow, he's got to be psyched. He's been trying that trick for over a year.
Oh, man, there's the corkscrew over the channel.
So high, nice landing, and here we go. Tucks the bars, takes the hands off, and gets the back wheel down.
The no-handed flare, you still busting that out there. I haven't seen you do that.
I've been working on them for the past week. Been doing them every day. And on the resi, haven't done it on the ramp yet. And I finally figured them out. Felt good. I'm stoked, man.
Oh, give me a hug.
Get a little love from Lee down there. Right.
First rider up is going to be Kevin Robinson, making the podium earlier this year. He's on fire, practicing every day at Woodward Camp, using the resi to its full advantage. Kevin's got some new stuff down, dialing in a little bit more every time he rides.
He's also been working on some pretty wild flare variations. He pulled the no-handed flare first time ever in a competition at the last stop in Louisville. He's doing switch-handed flares, and he's got the no-handers dialed these days. So look for Kevin Robinson to be laying it down here.
Throwing down some nice variations early in his run, nice and smooth, keeping his height. Early in the morning, wind's not as much of a factor. Had to reschedule a little bit. The wind's pretty difficult here in later afternoon. Nice switch-handed 5. Bar spin. Landing high on the tranny, keeping his speed. Another 540 for Kevin.
Kevin Robinson putting together a really, really smooth run here early on. There it is.
Yeah.
Nice, perfect textbook corkscrew flare right into the no-hander.
Back to back, huge for Kevin.
That's what I'm talking about.
Unbelievable. He's got the corkscrew so smooth, carries enough speed straight into the no-handed flare. That's what I'm talking about. Resi landing has got these guys dialed in. And here we go, back to back. Look how high he lands on the transition. Carries tons of speed into the no-handed flare. Check out the extension, knees tucked. Ready to land it, spots his landing. There you go.
Kevin, you got a smile on your face. What's up?
Man, I'm just psyched. Like, I dropped in, the first few seconds were like, oh man, what's this run gonna feel like, you know? Then I just locked in. I was like, man, I ain't messing up. Everything felt good, switch-handed 5. The only thing I wanted to do today was corkscrew straight into no-handed flare. Psyched I did it.
Hey, Ryan, you know what the rules are?
No one's really gonna tell me.
Everybody in the finals, they get 2 75-second runs. Both scores are out.
This guy. In a perfect 900.
Guys going big in Texas. Kevin Robbins is going to try to hang on for a full 8 count. Riding it. Ride it, boy. Ride it.
Say everything is bigger in Texas, and the size of this guy's flares in his first run were true to that.
Kevin going huge. Back-to-back moves, putting everything he's got into competitive riding this year. Full-time training, working out. Nice no-footer. X up and a 540.
Smooth 540.
Very clean. And another one, Kevin with a full pole coming down the pipe. Always
go corkscrew, and this is perfect, back-to-back.
Back-to-back. Kevin's always got something up his sleeve these days for the end of his run. Back-to-back corkscrews, laying it down. Yeah, Texas style, on hand. They know Kevin's got something planned. It's one of the reasons we leave a little extra time on the end of these guys' runs to get a couple of quick breaths and roll in and throw something down.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh boy is right. It's getting out of hand these days in the vert class.
Ride it, boy. Yeah! Kevin going for the switch-handed flare coming off the back. Another big run for Kevin. That last fall's not going to hurt him too much, pretty much for the glory only. Already had a clean run in. Nice big moves back-to-back.
We go right here. Perfect flare, number 1. Get speed out of it. Goes right into number 2.
You're trying to get you a spot in the X Games right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so. Last year I was plagued with injury at the beginning of the year, so I didn't get to get a good year-end standing. Next games, they kind of fell apart. So I think hopefully I can get in there. You'll see me there.
Jim Burgess, second.